What's going on, everybody? It's your boy back with another reaction video, and I will be reacting to two true OnlyFans horror stories animated. I think this is from the channel MJV Animations, if I'm not mistaken. Have I looked at OnlyFans? I think I did. It was like a long one. But I think it was just one story, like an OnlyFans type thing. But this looks like, if I remember correctly, kind of looks like the same animation. Maybe a little bit more defined. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this, like 19 minutes long. So. Alright, here we go.
At the time, I was 21 years old and totally broke. I worked for a consultancy firm that wasn't a big player there or anything. In fact, I was pretty much at the bottom of the company totem pole. I earned enough money to get by, but always had dreams of traveling to another country and studying abroad. If I was ever going to make that dream a reality, I needed another source of income. It was around that time that OnlyFans started blowing up. For the two people listening who don't know what that is, OnlyFans is a website where people, mostly women, share pictures and videos with paying subscribers. This is usually, mature content. It's pretty controversial, with some people being all for the platform, and others saying it's sleazy and gross. I'd heard a few stories about women making fat stacks from the comfort of their own homes, and even though I'm no Belle Delphine, I figured, what the hell, maybe I can earn a few extra bucks too. I made an account and recorded a little.
I'm saying women paying off houses and cars and shit.
Then I took my first raunchy pictures and uploaded them. I'd casted out my net. Now I just had to wait for a few fish to come swimming by. After a few weeks, I'd attracted a few followers, all of whom were subscribed for $10 a month. Some of them even gave me tips or paid me extra for exclusive content.
Of course.
I made a promise to myself
anything
that
to
whatever
make them
money I
feel
earned
like
through the
it's
site
something
would go directly
personal
into my
between
travel
just you
fund.
and them.
And as soon as I had enough money to go globetrotting, I'd stop using the platform altogether. In the meantime, I had a lot of work to do at my real job.
Yeah, you think you're gonna stop, but you start getting that money.
I was at a business conference, networking alongside my co-workers. Where I live, business cards are still a formality, even for low-level grunts like me. And I handed out dozens to prospective clients who seemed interested in working with our company. Honestly,
let me
so
guess,
many new people
one of
that
them
day,
knows.
all of them in similar suits and with similar haircuts.
They follow you
all
on
of their faces
OnlyFans.
and names seem to blur together in my memory. I returned
But
home,
they can't say anything because
from
they
the
know they
socializing.
expose them for being on OnlyFans.
That evening before bed, I logged into my OnlyFans account to check how things were going. Oh, great. I had a new subscriber. This new guy, who went by the unassuming username John Smith, sent me a direct message as soon as he saw I was active. $10 a month? Netflix doesn't even charge that. It's worth it. You won't be disappointed.
This must be old.
So far, I like what I'm seeing.
Charge more than
You're
that.
very beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. He sent me a few more friendly messages, asking me pretty innocent questions, like if I had a dog. I didn't. If I was dating anyone. I wasn't. And if I lived with my parents. I lived with a roommate who was away that week. You know, you really are very beautiful.
They about to break in your house. They want to know if you...
Thank you.
Alone.
I bet you get down more often than a blow-up doll, right? Oh.
Has she done any
Can I
content
make a
where
request?
she has sex with
Like a
somebody?
picture request? It depends what it is and what you tip me. If I give you $5 right now, would you take a picture of yourself pouting into the camera? Well, it had been a long day, but even though I was tired, I wanted the money. So I quickly dolled myself up and took the picture for the guy.
He just asked for pouting.
I sent the picture, which he could unlock for $5. He unlocked it and seemed pleased with what I'd sent. No more than a minute later, he sent me another request. How about one of your pretty feet now? I'll pay you another $5. Sure, whatever you want.
Yeah, I thought you were
Never get
tired.
up with some guys and feet. But
Somebody started giving you money, you be
sent
like,
it. Again, behind a $5 paywall.
I'll do it.
He made a couple
Send
more
me another
requests,
$5.
each time paying me $5. Easy money, I thought. One of me in high heels, one of me in such and such a position,
I mean,
etc.
she's already on there doing it.
Then he sent me another request, this time for $10.
Oh boy.
Add me on Instagram.
Oh boy. Well,
He included his account name.
why does this seem worse to me than
$10 just to add a guy on Instagram?
pictures?
Sure.
Add
why
me
not?
on Instagram.
I hadn't updated my Insta for over a year, and only had a couple of posts on there anyway. I took his $10 and added him. Strange. There weren't any posts on his account,
So you
but the circle
spent
around his blank
$10 just
profile
to get
picture was
somebody to follow
highlighted,
you.
meaning he had recently added to his Instagram story. Just out of curiosity, I clicked on it to see what he had posted. It was a video
Oh no.
of my house, posted 2 hours ago,
Oh no.
taken from the woods just outside.
Oh no.
The next story played, uploaded
Oh
5 minutes
shit.
ago. It was another video of my house, this time much closer, taken from the other side of the street.
He like found you.
The video zoomed in on my bedroom window, the only room where the light was on, the room I was in. The third story, uploaded just 2 minutes ago, was taken from just outside my porch window. He was right outside my front door, filming the inside of my house through the glass. A message popped up in my DMs.
Sweating.
Let me in. Terrified,
Whoa.
I locked my bedroom door immediately
Let
and
me
called the
in.
police, telling them that someone was outside my house.
You little pig, little
He continued
pig.
DMing me.
Let me
Come outside,
in.
or I'll have to come in. The door handle downstairs started rattling as I cowered in fear upstairs, waiting hopelessly for help to arrive, screaming out of my bedroom window for help. This wasn't the best neighborhood, let's put it like that, and my neighbors either couldn't hear me or didn't want to help.
They're like, oh, it's that
The guy's
OnlyFans
rattling
girl.
on the
Don't
door
help
handle
her.
turned into banging,
She's a slut.
then slamming. Suddenly, everything downstairs fell silent. I thought he had gone, but after a few minutes, I could
Nitrogen.
hear tapping on the downstairs windows, and shortly after that, the smashing of glass. I'd soon learn that he had used a rock to smash the living room window. Not 30 seconds later, I could hear sirens off in the distance. By the time an officer arrived,
Oh
thought
shit! I
okay,
thought that was
and
had
the
a
guy
sword.
was long
It's
gone.
like, whoa.
I told the investigators everything.
You get this instead of
They
Billy
patrolled the
Club.
area to look for any suspicious-looking guys, found nobody, and suggested I stay somewhere else for a while. I asked them to hang around while I packed a bag.
Yeah, hey, you that girl, OnlyFans girl.
As I got in my car to drive to my parents' place, I checked my phone.
He's
one
in the
last
back
time.
seat.
There was one unread message in my OnlyFans DM box. Pleasure doing business with you. I told my parents everything.
He
that
said
had
he. I
happened
thought you
and
were
tried
gonna
my
say
best to get
you
some
should
sleep.
check the back seat before you get in the
That
car.
night, I was plagued with questions. Who was John Smith? What was he planning on doing? How did he know where I lived? My private information was, of course, not available on OnlyFans. I was relatively new to town and didn't know many people in the area. The next day, I pieced 2 and 2 together. My business card. It didn't just have my company address on, but mine as well. The fact this happened a month
What?
after that
Would it had
networking
your
event
address?
couldn't have been a coincidence. I'm convinced that the creep was one of the
Why'd you
people
put
that
your
met that
home
day.
address on your business card?
Using the information on the card, he must have found my account online and decided to pay me a visit. I passed that information along to the
I
authorities,
used to have business
along with
cards
the dozens of business cards I
in-
collected that day.
Never had my
This,
address
of
on.
course, resulted in nothing. There was no evidence to speak of, and the Insta account was obviously a throwaway. I realize now that he was asking me those friendly questions at the start to see if I lived alone
Yeah.
and to check I didn't have a guard dog.
You
Needless
should
to
have
say,
realized
I
that
quit
John
using
Smith,
the
like you
site.
saw how he fucked over
I've
Pocahontas.
moved
You
back in with my
realized that
parents
he wanted
permanently now,
shit.
but can't afford to give up my job at the consultancy firm. Now, whenever I go into work and meet with our clients, I put on a brave face. But inside,
They're
I'm
probably
always
a
questioning
rapist.
whether the guy I'm working with is the same one who was outside my house that night.
Okay, he did it now. Thriller moment. He's like,
A little while back, I started an OnlyFans account. I know what you're all thinking, but hey, I was single at the time, and I figured it was a pretty harmless way to earn a little extra dough. I started off by posting some tame stuff, and progressively got into uploading more mature images. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed either.
yeah, why not be proud of it?
I lived with my parents at the time, so I had to be careful about
It's
making
supply and
content.
demand. That's all it is.
Like I said, I wasn't ashamed, but I knew they wouldn't be as open-minded about it.
Damn
As
boomers.
such, I always waited until they were out of the house before I took any pictures or videos, and I didn't tell any of my friends out of fear that it would somehow get back to my folks. It was very private business. After just a few months, I couldn't believe how much money I was making on the site. I'd amassed a sizable following and monthly income, so I decided to treat myself. My wardrobe was pretty old at that point, and I decided to buy some new clothes. I hit up a local store to pick out some new outfits. Now, it might sound strange to some of you, but when I got to the store, I started live streaming to my OnlyFans followers, talking to them about changing up my style and asking for their opinions on certain items. I'd often stream to my supporters through my private, for fans-only YouTube channel during the day. I thought this built a sense of community. A lot of them enjoyed seeing me go about my life, whether I was just out shopping, at a cafe, or just blogging from my apartment, and I'd reply to their comments and connect with them. For the most part, they were well behaved and respectful during those streams, and I started recognizing a few of their names. It was pretty wholesome. I made my way through the store, holding the camera in selfie mode, engaging with my fans. After about 20 minutes or so, I ended the stream. At some point during that evening, I logged onto my page. That's when I noticed a message from one of my regulars. "Thanks for wasting our time and money by lying to all of us. You never told us you had a boyfriend. Consider this the end of my support."
Oh, you
I was confused.
thought you had a chance?
Boyfriend? Where'd he get that idea? Well, this guy was one of my biggest supporters, and I was really sorry to see him go, so naturally, I sent him a message. Hey, I am single, free as a bird. I don't know who told you I wasn't. Do you think I'm stupid or something? I'll admit it took me a couple of months to notice, but it's obvious you're with some guy all the time. I see him in the background of all of your streams. He was with you at the store today. What are you talking about? The dude in the green shirt. I feel really sorry for the guy, to be honest, dating someone who does what you do. I went back to check the recording of that day's
Bitch,
stream.
you follow her.
About 5 minutes in.
Yeah, but
over
you
my
mad
left
because
shoulder,
if she
there was a
does
guy
have
in
a
green
boyfriend,
shirt,
it'd be like,
walking
oh,
quite close
I
behind.
would date a woman like you.
He was very tall,
I'll jerk
had a
off to you,
muscular
though.
build,
But
looked to be in his late
Fuck
20s,
outta
but
here.
already had dark circles under his eyes and thinning hair. Okay, well that didn't prove anything. Just some guy behind me at the store.
yeah, some random dude behind the
I
store.
continued
Y'all must be
watching the video.
together.
And yeah, the guy did seem to be behind me for most of it, popping up throughout as if he was following me. But surely that was just a coincidence. Still, my regular's message stayed in my mind. He said he'd seen this guy in multiple streams of mine. I went back and checked the previous stream that I'd done. It was of me at the mall. Nothing seemed out of place. Then I saw him.
How am I
That
supposed to
same
jerk
guy
off to
in
you
that
when
same
you have a
green
boyfriend?
shirt, walking behind me in the distance. That stream had lasted 47 minutes, and you could see him behind me throughout it. Sometimes far, sometimes close, but always following me. The stream ended with me at a cafe, and the guy sitting down just a couple of tables away from me, all by his lonesome. The whole time, his dark eyes were
Staring
watching me.
directly at the camera.
I hadn't noticed him at all.
Why is there just a random
Okay,
piece of
so
cake
I started getting a
on
little
that
freaked
table?
out at this point. Obviously, this wasn't just a coincidence.
And another cup, like he with someone?
I went back and checked more of my older streams. Videos of me in town.
Sheesh, okay.
Videos of me walking the dog at the park, chilling on the beach. In all of them,
Who's
he was
recording
there,
that?
and in almost all of them, he was wearing the same green shirt. This man, who I had never seen before in my life, had been following me on what appeared to be a daily basis. He wasn't a part of my life, but I was clearly a big part of his. I wasn't sure what to do at first. He had never approached me or anything. My dad was in law enforcement, but I couldn't exactly go to him for advice. I decided to stop posting content on my account for a while, resolving to stay alert and keep an eye out for this guy, and just wait for everything to blow over. If things escalated, then I'd go and tell my pa. I figured this guy would get bored and leave me alone. Boy, how naive I was. A couple of weeks passed, and luckily I hadn't seen the green shirt guy around town. Guess my plan had worked. My fans were getting antsy about me not uploading new content, and my earnings were going down as a result. One weekend, my parents went off on a romantic getaway, and hoping to ride the OnlyFans wave a little longer, I decided to take some new photos in my bedroom. Since I was home alone, there was no risk of being caught. That night, I cooked up some dinner in the kitchen, opened the window to air it out, and then went upstairs to snap the goods. After uploading the pictures, I started a live stream to apologize to my followers for my long absence. I told them it was back to business as usual. The salty dinner had
Yeah,
been
you
served,
and your
so
boyfriend,
during
you
that live stream, I
slut.
went downstairs to grab my water bottle in the living room, bringing my phone with me so I could continue interacting with my viewers.
The fuck?
I was holding my phone out in front of me, completely oblivious to my surroundings, responding to my viewers' comments. I got to one, and as soon as I read it, my stomach dropped. "Hey, Mellowcat, who's the man at your window?" In the video feed on my phone, in the corner of the screen, I noticed the small, blurry outline of a figure in the darkness behind me. I turned to see the man, the one who had been following
dude,
me,
like, I'm tired of
standing
waiting.
outside, his gloved hands
like, I
pressed
like
up
you,
against the living room window,
and I want you.
his face real close as he looked in at me, his dark eyes wide with excitement. I screamed and ran upstairs with my phone in my hand. I bounded into the bathroom and locked the door behind me as I called my parents. I cried to my dad that there was some guy outside our house, told him that he'd been following me for a long time. He said that they were on their way back right now, not to panic, and that my mum was already calling the cops.
What the fuck?
We didn't have any neighbors to call for help, since we lived in such an isolated area, so he instructed me to run to the attic and to keep as quiet as possible until help arrived. I did as he suggested, and unlocked the bathroom door. As I stepped out, I could hear quiet movements coming from the kitchen below. That's when I remembered. I had left the window open.
Oh,
And this guy was inside my house.
why don't y'all
The
have
access to the attic
screens
was
in
in
your
my parents'
fucking
room,
windows?
and I could already hear the guy softly calling out to me downstairs. "Hello? Mellowcat? Where are you?" He was calling to me, using my OnlyFans username. I sprinted into my parents' room and slammed the door behind me, and as I went to lock it, could hear the guy storming up my stairs.
Yeah, he looks like he's
Locking the
storming.
door gave me just enough time to pull down the attic's ladder and scamper up with the hook in my hand. As I climbed up, I could hear the man on the other side of the door thumping into it with all of his body weight. I pulled the ladder back up and closed the attic hatch behind me. I waited up there with my hand over my mouth as I heard the door give way. My heart was beating so fast
made me
I
think
couldn't
of,
stop breathing heavily.
The Return of the Living Dead.
Things were being
He
thrown
was
around
like,
and
"Jenny,
smashed in the room
I
beneath
can
me.
hear you up there.
All I could do was
I
listen
can
as the guy
smell
rampaged through
your
my house,
breath."
occasionally shouting obscenities and saying that he knew I was still in the house. This torment didn't last long.
He looked like a
Maybe only
fucking
5
zombie
minutes
to me.
tops, but I felt like I was up in that attic for an eternity. The house fell silent, but I stayed up there until I heard the police sirens come rolling into our driveway. My parents weren't far behind them. During their investigation, the detectives dusted for fingerprints on the door handles. There weren't any, but there was something else. They found traces of trichloromethane,
Oh,
chloroform.
he about to
It
take
must
your
have come
ass.
off a rack or off his gloved hands. The only thing missing from our house was my laptop, which had a bunch of photos of me that I hadn't released online. And this guy had clearly come for the real thing, but seeing how I climbed to safety, he settled for images instead. I haven't posted anything online since, and didn't even log on to tell my followers goodbye, since I knew that he was among them. So, in the end, I came clean to my parents about what I'd been doing, and moved in with my sister in a different town for my own safety. I won't say where, for obvious reasons, as Greenshirt himself could be listening. Yeah, despite having relatively clear images of the guy's face, and knowing that he must have been from the local area and one of my followers, they never found the guy. I have no idea how he got my address. I'm just thankful I went downstairs when I did, and my viewer caught the shadowy figure outside my window. Had that guy come in while I was streaming upstairs, I might not have heard him, and who knows if I'd still be here.
Oh no, you wouldn't be here. You'd be dead, or you'd be a sex slave somewhere. Eh. that's crazy. It's always a fucking stalker. It's like he's like, I got to have you. Oh, that was a living color, I think. David Allen Greer, and what was it? He was trying to like, what was it? I think he was trying to get with Jamie Foxx's character, and not Shanae. That's Martin. I forget what that. Uh, Wanda, was that her name? And when Jamie Foxx dressed up, he looked all crazy. I think it was David Allen Greer. He was like, I got to have you. He's trying to choke. Oh, that motherfucker looked built. You see, like his body. I was like, why he look like? He reminded me of when Ryan Reynolds was in Family Guy, like muscle, like I guess you could say slim, like athletic type build. And why your eyes so fucking crazy? Like, did you not sleep? You get bags under your eyes and just bloodshot red all the time. Dude, yeah, I would be nervous. I would have took that to the police as soon as someone brought that up. If I was her, and I see this guy is in every video in random locations, so this dude's just following. Like, no, I'm like going to police, and they put a lookout on this guy or something. Like, excuse me. Oh, we got a video. Yeah, we know what he looked like. Did my phone just vibrate? Or was that me hitting something? But yeah. But anyway, hope you enjoyed my reaction one. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell or you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Comment down below. Share this video. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.